the best tip to manage your snacking. Snacking is a totally normal part of healthy eating, but the issue that a lot of people have with it is that they have trouble having healthy, balanced snacks in moments where they're actually hungry, and instead they find themselves just snacking on anything and everything throughout the day just because they're used to it, because they're bored, because they're sad, any of that. If you don't manage your snacking properly, it can lead to overeating and just not feeling the best. So here are my best tips to help you manage your snacking. So the main thing to look at when you feel that your snacking is out of control is, are your meals actually enough? Are your meals actually satisfying? Are they balanced and healthy? Are they giving you enough nutrients, enough calories? Do you actually enjoy them? You need to look into all of these things, because a lot of the times if you're just mindlessly snacking throughout the day, it's because you're trying to compensate meals that aren't great. And make sure to look at it from like a general scale, because sometimes your meals may be balanced but they're not satisfying to you, and that's why you go after snacks to satisfy your cravings. Or sometimes your meals may be balanced and satisfying, but the portions are too small, and so you're not getting the calories that you need, and so you end up snacking because you're hungry. So look into your meals, make sure that you are eating meals with plenty of whole foods, whole grains, fruit and veggies, legumes, nuts and seeds, healthy sources of fats and protein. Make sure that your calories are pretty equally distributed throughout the day as well, because if you're getting 0 calories for breakfast, 300 for lunch, that is normal that you're gonna snack and get like 1,000 calories for your snack before dinner, and then like 1,000 calories for dinner. That is not a good way to kind of balance your calories. Make sure that you're enjoying your meals as well, that they are satisfying to you, and that you're eating foods that feel good and fuel you, and just hitting all of your cravings, your requirements, all of that. If you don't really know where to start with that, you can look at my video, How to Eat Healthy for Beginners, right here or in the description. Second thing you need to do, you need to honor your cravings. I see a lot of like Instagram posts and things like that telling people, oh, if you're craving this and it's like a cookie, then have this and it's like an apple. No, don't do that. You have to eat the snacks that you're actually craving, because if you end up eating snacks that you're not craving, then it's not going to satisfy what you're looking to satisfy with the snack, and so you're gonna end up eating like the thing that you're not craving, plus eventually the thing that you're craving, and probably in bigger quantities than if you just eaten it from the start. If you allow yourself to have your favorite snacks that you actually really crave in moderation, then you're way less likely to binge on them later on. And it's also important that you don't have any like off-limit snacks for yourself, and that the snacks that you actually enjoy are available for you in your house. And here's the practical way to do that. Mix nutrient-dense snacks with treats. So like I just said, it's important to honor your cravings and to eat foods that you actually want to eat for your snacks. But you don't need to be eating just these foods. Let's say that you are craving cookies. That doesn't mean that you need to eat like the entire bag, box, whatever of cookies. Maybe you can have a couple of cookies, and with that have something that's a little bit more nutrient dense. Maybe you can have some fruit and nuts with that, for instance. Other good snacks to kind of have to balance out your treat snacks are things like veggies, like raw veggies and hummus, any types of fruit, any types of nuts and seeds. You can have that with some chocolate. That will make a nice balance of foods that you enjoy that are healthy. You can have a little bit of oatmeal with some fruit. You can have yogurt again with some nuts, or like nut butter on whole grain bread or something like that with again some fruit. There are just a bunch of options that you can have to make your snack a little bit more nutrient dense but still very satisfying. Schedule in your snacks. So the issue with snacking is not when you're snacking out of hunger, it's when you're snacking out of habit, boredom, like emotions, anything like that. And in order to prevent that, it's important that you actually plan for your snacks throughout your day. That you know, okay, I'm gonna have breakfast and then I'm gonna schedule in a small snack, then I'm gonna have lunch, and then schedule in another snack and have dinner or whatever. If your snacks are planned out, then you are gonna feel better about them. You are gonna know that you are totally allowed to be having this snack right now because it's planned throughout your day, and that way you're not letting yourself go hungry for a long amount of hours, and then you don't end up eating the entire bag of chips when you get home because you've actually had a balanced yet savory snack that you really enjoyed before that. When you schedule in your snacks, it will also help you not go like a too long period of time without eating. So maybe you can be eating like every 2 to 3 hours, which is good because that's going to prevent you from being too hungry to then eat like a bunch of snacks whenever you get home. And usually the snacks that you eat then aren't the healthiest, most balanced snacks. And if you do find yourself wanting to snack outside of these kind of planned snacks that you have for yourself, then it's a good idea to take a moment to really check in with your hunger levels to make sure that you are actually hungry, and then to see what you can do for next time so that you don't end up feeling this hunger. So maybe your previous snack or meal was too light. Maybe you can increase that a little bit. And then if you find that you aren't hungry and that you're just bored or used to snacking, that's what you want to snack, then I invite you to watch my video on how to prevent emotional eating that you can check out here or in the description. You also need to be eating with awareness. I see like so many of my clients who tell me that they have their snacks standing up in their kitchen in like 5 seconds, and then like the snack is gone. And this is also linked to the fact that if you don't allow yourself like in your head to have your snack, and if you're telling yourself, oh, I shouldn't be snacking, this is bad, then that's gonna lead you to just like stand and wolf down your snack really quickly, so your brain like doesn't have a chance to tell you to stop, basically. So if you plan your snacks like we talked about earlier, then that's also going to help you. And you need to do the second thing, which is to be really aware of your like eating experience that you're having. So when you have your snack, treat it like a mini meal. This is what French people do. They have something called le goûter, where everybody just sits down with some type of snack and they take like at least 20 to 30 minutes to enjoy whatever food they want to enjoy. Make sure that you are fully enjoying it, that you are paying attention to what you're eating, different textures, the taste, your hunger levels, which we'll talk about just after. The more you enjoy your snack and are actually present in the moment and aware of what you're eating and the pleasure that it brings you, then the less likely you are to overeat and then to crave more snacking later on. Because sometimes what happens is if you're not fully enjoying your snack, not fully aware, not fully in the moment, your brain isn't really going to register this as like the pleasant experience and like satisfying your cravings, and so you're just going to end up snacking way more or wanting to snack again like 30 minutes later or stuff like that. You also need to learn to listen to your hunger cues. Now, this is mindful and intuitive eating, and this is really helpful when you find yourself just mindlessly snacking. You need to learn to tune in to your physical sensations of hunger and fullness, and make sure that you are fully present in the moment when you are eating your snack so that you're fully enjoying it. You need to really turn to your hunger and fullness cues, your internal cues, to let you know how satisfying a snack is and if it's filling up your hunger correctly, and when you can stop. When you can stop should be when you don't feel hungry anymore and not when the bag of cookies or chips is empty. Learning to eat until satisfaction and comfortable fullness is important as well, and learning not to go past that and not feeling like overstuffed with a snack. Again, usually snacks include like highly palatable foods that you are more likely to overeat on. So if you try to be really more mindful with your snacking, then that will prevent this type of overeating. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, you need to enjoy your snack. It's important to cultivate an accepting and like non-judgmental approach when it comes to snacking. You need to get it out of your head that snacking is bad. You just need to reframe what you think about snacking. Snacking can be a great way to get you from like one meal to another meal, and you don't have to snack on like donuts. You can totally have a pretty balanced snack still with like, you know, a treat or two that you enjoy, and there is no problem with that. You need to fully embrace that and be fully okay with that. Again, like we discussed before, if you're not, then you're not going to feel fully satisfied, and then you're going to end up just snacking more and more. What can happen is I get clients telling me, oh, I indulge in like all the snacks, but I keep wanting more, so I don't think it's going to work for me to let myself like enable myself to have these snacks. But actually it is, because just because you're physically allowing yourself to have the snacks, if mentally you're like, this is bad, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm gonna get fat, I'm gonna gain weight, this is not healthy, blah 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 blah, then you're not fully embracing the experience, you're not fully enjoying what you're eating, and therefore not getting maximal pleasure and satisfaction out of it. So then you require more of it to feel satisfied, and you know, the cycle goes on. So make sure that you are enjoying your snacks and that you know that they can totally be a healthy and balanced part of eating. That's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye.